Hello, this is Yom Grum. The flagship SUV GV90 from Jerez is quickly being unveiled. There's little time left until it's revealed. Therefore, the test vehicles being spotted now are in their final stage of testing. The GV90 will feature technologies not yet available anywhere. Now that it's entering the final phase of testing, the thick camouflage cover has been completely removed. So now, the exterior design that everyone was curious about is clear enough to recognize. Especially on the vehicle newly spotted, this time with pillarless doors, the color of the pillar looks even more luxurious. You see a subtle gloss instead of a shiny high gloss finish. The face of the new GV90, which hinted at a new design, now features a triangular shape in the center of the grille that looks like wings spreading out, in addition to the existing two-line design. From now on, this design will represent the new look of Genesis. The first vehicle to feature this is the GV90, and the GV90 comes equipped with new features that existing luxury brands haven't offered. If you look at the driver's seat, you'll see they've boldly removed the instrument cluster. That means the role of the head-up display has become even more important, and we can look forward to an improved user interface. The test vehicle spotted had its instrument cluster removed from the driver's seat. They really got rid of it, didn't they? There's another feature that's getting attention. In the center area where the old infotainment system used to be, you can now see a new infotainment system that works as a pop-up. We saw this feature in Neuron. Do you think it really exists? It operates in different sizes depending on your information needs. When it's fully extended, it's known to be over 20 inches. This technology has already been developed by Mobis. It's first known to be installed in the GV90. Also, it's said that this feature will be included in the full-change GV80 as well. We'll have to wait and see whether the GV90 will be the first, or if the full-change GV80 will take the lead. And there's a feature that will be applied to an SUV for the first time, a pop-up style tweeter that enhances driver satisfaction, which was also spotted in the GV90 test vehicle. You can see the tweeters on both sides of the dashboard. This feature enhances user satisfaction every time it operates. But actually, before we test drive the car, the way to satisfy the driver isn't something inside the cabin, but rather a feature on the outside. When you approach the vehicle, the doors swing wide open from the center. The pillarless door that gives you a welcoming feeling, this feature was hinted at in Neuron. After that, in the community, there were two reactions. Some said this feature can't be released due to safety issues, while others pointed out that in the case of Chinese cars, this feature is already available in mass-produced vehicles. As a latecomer, Chinese cars tend to focus on visible features, but for Genesis, safety is the top priority when providing such features. So thorough preparation is necessary, and even in the way it's actually implemented, it's said to operate more solidly and safely. However, until recently, it was hard to see the B-pillarless feature in test vehicles. For the doors to open from the center, the first row and second row doors shouldn't be positioned in the traditional way. Some said the technology might be too hard to implement, but it's now been spotted. If you look closely at the door handles, you'll see they're different from the traditional style. The first row door handle has moved closer to the B pillar, and the second row door handle has shifted from the back to the front. Zooming in, this is what it looks like, a pillarless door. You can see that the opening and closing mechanism from the center is currently being tested. Wasn't there a hint in the vehicle seen on the YouTube Short Car channel? Unlike the regular door mechanism, you can see a hinge or joint structure behind the second row door. Normally, if it were a standard mechanism, the second row hinge would be located on the B-pillar side. Now it seems that the basic testing is almost finished. At this point, since it has reached the final stage just before mass production, it is expected that the pillarless vehicle will be released. So, whether the GV90 launches simultaneously or after a delay is known only to insiders. However, it's clear it will likely be a higher trim or offered as a package compared to the standard door. Then, I think this kind of idea is also possible. The BMW flagship 7 Series offers a 31-inch ultra-wide display for VIPs in the second row. It's a huge display that turns the second row space into a theater-like experience. In the GV90 concept called Neuron, they introduced a flexible display, not a fixed form, but one optimized for the person's eyes and posture. Those who have tried this feature in the 7 Series have mentioned that the display is positioned too close to the driver, causing some people to feel dizzy. Of course, in the GV90 second row, very important person features like this will be included. However, it's expected that the features will go beyond simply displaying information and will be improved to a whole new level. Therefore, these features are expected to be offered as a package together with the pillarless design, similar to the first-class very important person seats, which are currently an optional feature on the Genesis G90. The price won't be cheap, right? In addition, the large jewel-like buttons that were introduced in the Neo-Run concept have also been spotted in the actual vehicle. This is really how it comes out. It's a form that combines the advantages of physical buttons with beautiful design, and I really like this approach. You might also notice this form in the Genesis off-road concept, the Equator. The Genesis brand has a principle when presenting concepts. They showcase concept designs with mass production in mind. If this happens, future Genesis vehicles will offer truly luxurious physical buttons, greatly increasing user satisfaction. Especially with this kind of design, it should be possible to link it with lighting. We can look forward to a fantastic appearance. Then what about the important powertrain? You already know that the GV90 is an electric car, right? So I think you also know that the electric version will come out first. But is it only coming out as an electric car? No, it's not. Hyundai Motor Group announced long ago they would launch an extended range electric vehicle for the Genesis premium brand. Extended range electric vehicle is a system where you charge the battery and also add fuel for the generator. It's a concept of an electric vehicle hybrid that greatly extends the driving range. Among Genesis vehicles, this feature will be applied first to the GV70. After that, in 2027, the GV90 will also be released as an extended range electric vehicle. So if the battery runs out, it can be charged through the generator. It's known to be capable of long distance driving with a maximum range of over 1,200 kilometers. In addition, air suspension, which is essential in luxury cars, is being applied for the first time in a Genesis SUV. You can expect a smooth and comfortable ride, just like luxury cars such as Range Rover or Maybach. Also, since it's a Goliath-like vehicle that exceeds 5 meters, it's known to be equipped with a rear-wheel steering system as well. If that's the case, it reduces the turning radius when parking and improves driving performance at high speeds. Even with what we know now, these technologies are rare even in vehicles much pricier than Genesis. If the GV90 is released, it would be great if Genesis, a domestic brand, could redefine the standard for luxury vehicles. That's all for my video. If you want to automatically receive the next updates without waiting, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Thank you. If this was helpful to you, please give it a like. Subscribe and turn on notifications to get accurate new car information quickly. Thank you.